Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayana Namaste Namaste Narottam Devim Saraswatim Yasatam Jalamudevayi Nastapei Shabhavishu Nityam Bhagavatasiraya Bhagavati Uttavashloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, come to 3, chapter 5, text 15. Title of the chapter is 15. That's what he said.
14.
14?
Yeah, you can do 15 if you prepare this way.
Title of the chapter is Endurance, Thoughts with Victory. Text 15. Tadasya koso ravasamandatu Hare katameva katasusa Adritya puspe pyaiva tabandu Sivaya Mahaki Tayate Takite Asakoso Rasamandatu Hava Katamima Katasusa Tricha Muspe Pyaiva Tabandu Sivaya Mahaki Tayate Takite Asakoso Rasamandatu Hare Katamima Katasusa Richa Puspe Vyaiva Tabandu Sivaya Nakita Yatita Kite So
Tadasya kosa ravasarmadatu Hare katameva kata susara Tritya pushpe veva bharta bandho Vivayan kirtayate sakrite
there it is.
Hare
Pushpe Vaivartabandho Himayana Tirtha Tirtha Kirti
And more ladies. So what word translation? Translation of the word by the language is Tat, therefore, Asya is Kosarawa, Ovitre, Samadhatu, of one who awards good fortune. Hare, of the Lord. Katam, Eva, Katatu, of all topics. Saram, the essence. Britya, by quoting. Puspebhyaha, hearts. Eva, like that. Atabandhu, of friend, friend of the distress. Sivaya, for welfare. Naha, of us. Hitaya, kindness. Cheta, pilgrimage. Hite, of glorious. Salvation. Commentary on friend of the distress. The glories of the Supreme Lord can belong to people all over the world. Therefore, just as bees collect honey from flowers, can we describe the essence of all topics? The topics of the Lord. These can be from all Maitreya. O friend of the distress. The glories of the Lord can belong. The glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for people all over the world. Therefore, just as bees collect honey from flowers, can we describe the essence of all topics? Topics of the Lord. Well, there are many topics for different persons, different modes of material nature. But the essential topics are those in relationship with the Supreme Lord. Unfortunately, materially affected souls are all more or less advanced to the topics of the Supreme Lord, because some of them do not believe in the existence of God, and some of them believe only in the impersonal feature of the Lord. In both cases, there is nothing for them to say of God. Both non-believers and impersonalists deny the essence of all things. Therefore, they engage in topics of relativity in various ways, either in sense application or mental speculation. For the pure devotees like Vidura, the topics of both the mundanes and the mental speculators are useless in all respects. Thus, Vidura requested Maitreya to talk of the essence only. It talks of Krishna, nothing else. See, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu start Chaitanya, you know. Swami Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Namo Vishnu Raya Krishna Krishna. Namaste Sarada. Namaste Sundari. Jaya Sri Krishna. Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So, again, welcome everyone. This is you could choose to just be in your home comfortably and maybe go online, but you choose to come physically. All glories to you. So, yes, although we know that we can take advantage of the digital culture, but scientific research reports reveal that a face-to-face learning is much more effective than online. This is science. This is the report. Okay. So here in this text, Vidura, I'm sure all of you know about the story of Vidura. Vidura is making inquiries from Maitreya, and he makes a point here that he's not interested in hearing anything other than the essence, quintessence of life, Krishna. He just wants to hear something about Krishna. So this is very strange, materially speaking, because people want to hear all type of tales from the theater, from the movie, from politics, education, philosophy, etc. But here Vidura is given specific requirements what Maitreya should speak. And so we see the level of his consciousness. Now he doesn't want to hear anything except the Supreme Personality of God. Why? Because topics about the Supreme Personality of God are appealing. Whereas topics of the mundane world, they are entangling. And for the devotees, they are highly blessed. The devotees are highly blessed in the sense that they have opportunity, they are exposed to the topics of the Lord on daily basis. And so whether we like it or not, the purification goes on. Because here it's not a question of I don't like to be purified. You are exposed to the topics of the Lord, yeah, you can be. Because what we hear matters a lot, what we see also matters a lot. Because here, what we hear and what we see, they constitute the environment. An environment impacts on behavioral modification. According to the field theory proponed by this German psychologist, Professor Lehmann. So, it's not a question of, if you see that in a Bhagavatam class, it's not a question of you like to be purified or you don't like to be purified. No, you get purified. And so, and that's why he also, one of the verses we read, Nasta Prayesu Abhanisu, Nityam Bhagavatam. It is a service in itself. Here in the Bhagavatam, discussing the Bhagavatam, it is a service in itself. And just like any service in devotional culture purifies the devotee, hearing or discussing about the Bhagavatam, discussions on the Bhagavatam, they create effective purification. And it helps to pulverize all of the anantas that are clogging onto our hands. Therefore, the Bhagavatam says, not stop for his about that is bad and not bad things, unwanted things, impurities. So, this is the power of Bhagavatam. And so, Vidura, he wants, there's no level, there is no limitation to purification. And so Vidura wants to constantly to be bathing in the ocean of purification, in the ocean of the glories of the Lord. Then, is it something that everybody is interested in? No. Again, the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam mentions Nibritate Shah Opagya Bhava Soda Strodra Manubhram Aka Uttama Sloka Gunadvada Puma Virajita Vinana Pas. The glorifications of the Lord are conducted in paramparas from a spiritual master to the disciple and then on. But we need to understand that these glorifications of the Lord, this is the medicine that cures the conditioned soul from repeatedly taking birth in the material world. This is the medicine. This is the panacea for emancipation from the ocean of birth and death. Oh yeah, this is the Bhagavatam. This is what is stated in the Bhagavatam itself. This is the medicine. You can take all types of therapies. And any therapy you take, it does have some side effects. Is it? You undergo some chemotherapy, you get some side effects. Yeah, it cures the disease, or it deals with, it addresses the problem, but you do have side effects. So here in the Bhagavatam is also therapeutic. It cures us of the disease, the affliction to material existence. But this is the interest of the Paramahamsas. The Paramahamsas are those who are interested in this type of glorification, narration. The Lord is also addressed as Uttama Sloka, one who is described by a Kavi, poet, very poet, with transcendental glorifications. So then, that same text, he mentioned, Ka Uttama Sloka Gunani Vada. Who is that person who will not be interested in topics of Uttama Sloka? Then he answers, Puma Vira Jeta Vina Passaman, except for someone who is a Buddha. A Buddha or someone who is killing his personal existence. So you see, there are people may not carry weapons to go and kill the cows, or go and kill the buffaloes, or go kill the chickens, or whatever. But as long as one is having a pathological state of consciousness, they will not be interested in topics of the Bible. When there is a pathology of the consciousness, there is no interest in getting the messages of the Bible. And therefore, Being averse to the topics of the law, it simply means someone is seriously deceived. And so we find here, Vidura is requesting Maitreya, please, bait my intellect, bait my consciousness with topics of ungoodness. Because this will have to pulverize all of my mountains. And therefore, for one to have the Bhagavatam as part of his daily schedule, listen to the Bhagavatam. And that means they have a very high profile consciousness, spiritual consciousness. Oh, yeah. Sometimes people even live in the temple, but in the Bhagavatam class, that's when they go to work in bodies. Oh, yeah. They value other things more than the Bhagavatam, you know. But this is one of the things that we need to know. We need to imbibe the very culture of the Siddhantas. That there's every need for us to have or to listen to the gurus of the world. But what does it do? Yes, it broadens our knowledge, spiritual knowledge horizon. Not only that, it facilitates our resistance to temptations. Because the Bhagavatam is not different from Lord Krishna. Even the Bhagavad Gita is not different from Lord Krishna. In fact, there was a discussion on in the Gita Mahatmya, and Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi we are discussing, and Lord Vishnu said, "See, the Bhagavad Gita is not different from me." Yes, no, we don't allow, for instance, people to carry Bhagavad Gita or the Bhagavatam and put it on their laps. Oh, yeah, just like you cannot put deities on your laps. You cannot put the Bhagavatam or the Bhagavad Gita on your laps. In fact, in the Pancaratra, it is mentioned that from here down, deities should not touch from your waist down. So that is why when you're doing a puja, the bell, you don't put the bell beyond. You raise the bell like this. That's music. That's music. Oh, yeah. So the Bhagavatam, the glories of the Bhagavatam, they are unlimited. Sometimes someone has something even very rare. Say someone is been working very hard to get a Ferrari or Tesla. They're kind of Tesla. Someone worked very hard to get a Tesla or Ferrari. And once they get it, they don't care. I mean, it becomes useless. But that shouldn't be the case in devotional service. We should always be retraining our mind because the mind is sankalpa. We're enthused to go to the Bhagavatam class, especially in the beginning. But then after some time, we feel, we know everything. Oh, yeah. I've read the Bhagavatam, I know everything. But no one knows everything. If even you read the Bhagavatam 20 times, each time you read it, you have a renewed realizations. Because these words are the statements of the Bhagavatam are purified. And each time we read them, we get purified. And we have new realizations on that same text. And so it is important that we follow the instructions of the Bible about learning or reading or listening to the Bible. It should be a nitya Nietzsche said that. It's not that today we are training class and from next week we are on holidays. It doesn't work like that. It's just like we do go on holidays for eating. Of course, some days we fast. But in general, people don't go on holidays for eating. So, our devotional service, we don't go on holidays. There is no break, no holidays for devotional service. And the Bhagavatam, reading of the Bhagavatam, listening to the Bhagavatam, discussing the Bhagavatam, is one of those essential ingredients in our devotional movement. And what is the content of the Bhagavatam? It's all about the glorifications of God Krishna. Therefore, Vidura is all interested in hearing about glorifications of God. Because he's not a personal, he's not a butcher. Because the butchers, or those who are killing their own self-interest, killers of the soul, and they're not interested in listening, hearing about the topics of God. So, there's a difference. The more we become purified, the more we become attracted, the more we become attached to hearing the message of God. It's fine. You see all of these Srila Prabhupada disciples, if even they're going to bed, they go to bed. They put on a lecture. Yeah, you know, yeah. Because that is the Jews. When we religion the Jews, we don't want even a single time to be mixed. And so it's something that we need to cultivate. And therefore, Prabhupada mentions here that the mundane, the mental speculators, and sense gratifiers, these two people, they are not interested in the message of Srimad. They're not interested in messages of the glorification of the Supreme Personality of God. They glorify sense gratification, but when it comes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his pastimes, no, they're not interested. Why? Because the minds are polluted. When someone is diseased, if someone has what's the name of this disease that the sugar things look taste bitter? What's the name? Jaundice. Yeah. If someone has jaundice, even sugar things that taste bitter. And you're not interested in sugar things. Because it's not that you're not interested, but it tastes bitter. So what do you do? So those who are not purified in consciousness, the messages of the Bhagavatam, they're like bitter. So they're not interested. They're not juicy, so they're not interested. What is interesting to them? Topics about politics, social culture. Well, no, it doesn't mean that if someone is a devotee, that he shouldn't be current about what, especially for preachers, they need to be current to be able to know how to utilize the very information culture in addressing problems. But if someone is just interested in the worldly news and has no iota of interest in Bhagavatam, we should understand that they are high pathological. And so we see the report of the case of Mendura, who makes the request that, please, you are at the Bandhu. You are a friend of the distress. He's seen himself as a distress person. He wants material. They are just material artifact, brand of the district. Krishna is also described as deliverer. Yes, so we find out the qualities of the Lord. These pure devotees also have those qualities. But in a minuscule, on a minuscule scale. Just like uh, the qualities of the ocean are also present in one drop of water. So quantitatively, if a drop of ocean water is the same with the ocean, but quantitatively, they are completely different. Similarly, the Lord's qualities are found in these pure devotees. But it doesn't mean that the pure devotees have the same uh, thing as the Lord, quantitatively speaking. Qualitatively, yeah, quantitatively, no. This is the very principle of sameness and difference. And it boils down to Achinta Beda Beda. And so we have to view ourselves constantly. We remind ourselves that we have attained this position of hearing, becoming exposed to the glories of the Lord, because of what Brahman described as Krita Punya, Krishna Punya. After having to pass through and perform so much of austerities, accumulate so much of pious merit, before we can put it the same thing Krishna Bible. That, we pass through so many lifetimes before we come to that level of becoming dedicated to the duties of the Lord. And so it's a culture implies land. Yeah, in the beginning, hearing about the Bhagavatam might be like a body that we have to practice. We do by dint of the theoretical understanding that this is a source of purification. I mean, it's just like who would like to wake up at 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, those are the period that the sleep is so juicy. But then, the devotee has to wake up. But if they don't go to bed on time, they cannot wake up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. If they stay up to watch movies until 2 o'clock, there's no way. Or if they go out, just not quite long ago, one of my good friends in DC was killed. This guy is very helpful, and he went out in the night. There was some hunger, and he got killed. And he has a PhD. Oh yeah. And so when the Sasa or the Acharyas recommend that we should go to bed on time, if we go the contrary, we could be exposed to something. So there's no need whatsoever for anybody to stay in some hotel. A devotee to that matter will know the value of the hours of sleep between 10 to 12. Those are the best hours for rest, because that period facilitates the best rejuvenation for the overworked body. So we want to become Rupanugas, followers of Rupanuga. We need to understand that if to become interested in the message of Godhead, if we're not interested, we're going to depend on that. It's in the Bible class. And so we should study the Bhagavatam. A Brahma wanted us to distribute the books. But if we don't know the content of the books, what are we going to do? So we should read the Bhagavatam. Because the Bhagavatam is purifying, we should read it. Why not? And so our process is very simple. But simple things, people can fail. Simple, I'll give you a typical example. If a student goes into the exam hall and he sees the paper, and he says everything is so simple, it's so easy for them to fail. It's so easy, is it not? Because they rush through it, and then by the time they go to pass the paper to the invigilator, they leave the exam hall, and they're reflecting on what they wrote. Then they realize, oh, I made a mistake in that. Oh, I made a mistake in this. So, seemingly simple things will create some dismal consequences. And so, yes, the Bhagavatam is valuable. So it seems as if, how could this be? I mean, this book is just about the temple. How could this be a source of benefit? But we should try it. The taste of the food is sweet. We should try it in the Bhagavatam every day. And we'll see the difference. We should do this just for 7 days. We'll see the difference. We'll see the difference now. Because this Bhagavatam is all about glorification of Krishna, who is glorified by the great Kavis with transcendental poetry. So, oh Maitreya, oh friend of the distress, the glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for people all over the world. Therefore, just as bees collect honey from flowers, how do you describe the essence of all? You see, the bees, they go to the flowers, then they collect the essence of the flower. They collect the essence, the sap of the flower. That is how they gather their honey. So that is the essence. So here, Vidura is saying, just like bees, I don't want something else. I don't want a whole bunch of flower. I need the essence. Give me the sap. Give me the sap. So the flower may be very glad, maybe attractive, but that's not the essence. The essence is in the sap. So the bees, they go there, tap from this flower, tap from that flower. That's how they create their honey. So the devotee of the Lord is also interested in only the essence, and that is the essence of life, and that is the glorifications of the Lord. Yes, any comments or questions? Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj.
You're welcome.
Nice class today. This is a very interesting topic. And I often think, as we're studying through this, that so Vidura, he went through a kind of his own personal crisis, and it took
serious one.
He had some family problems, and he left. And now he's, even he was a devotee before, but now he's, fully surrendered, and then many times, we're the devotees that are hearing this we're in a different stage of life than what Vidura was in, and maybe so the exclusive concentration, where we've separated out all of our other activities, and we just say, no, I'm on a pilgrimage, I'm going away, but we don't necessarily have that, I guess, lifestyle, so to speak. But yet it's still for us. How do we capture that same enthusiasm that Vidura has, but also know that we have so many responsibilities that are there?
Right.
We don't.
So this is the situation. If you study calculus is very good. Calculus is very good. The very beginning of calculus is called integration. Integration could be so difficult. That is really just the beginning of calculus. So life is also like that. Integration, people try to run away from integration. But even Upanishad recommends integration. It says, cultivate science and nations side by side. That is integration. But in most cases, people, I have seen this a lot in our movement, people try to shy away from integration. They want to go by a simple process. Some of our children, some of our kids, they don't want to go to school, they just want to be engineers and all those stuff of make life easy and all those things. They're afraid of integration. But Bhakti Vinod is our perfect example. He was a magistrate. He was also the head of the Puri temple. He had a family of 10 children or so. But he was still focused. He was still focused. So it's a matter of the call for that is integration. You see, I've traveled around to places, and I remember I went to one country. I get this devotees arranged for me to give a talk in the university. And that university, one female devotee was also attending that university. And then after the presentation, she came to me to say, Maharaj, but how are you doing it? Even to chant 16 rounds of study is just a difficult thing. And you travel around and you're having all these publications here and there. How are you doing it? So the simple answer, I told her, look, it's a matter of properly integrating your life, rooted in effective time management. In most cases, the devotees don't imbibe a culture of effective time management. And so it's so common to find devotees just hang around with each other and just talk very loosely for hours. But it's all in the name of Krishna Katha. Oh, not sometimes not even in Krishna Katha, it's just all about gossips. But Vidura is not interested in all this type of all this type of so-called juicy stuff. He wants the essence, wants the frequencies. So we can also develop that consciousness, that mindset. It's a matter of training ourselves. I see time management is a major problem in ISKCON. Not only in ISKCON, for most people, even outside. I can recount a number of devotees that I met. They've been coming to the temple for some time. And then they say, how many rounds you chanted? For 5 hours. How many years have you coming? 10 years. Yeah, I've seen that. In some cases, I ask why so behind? He said, oh, because of my work, because of school. I remember a case of, he's still my friend now. This guy was in medical school. He finished his MBBS in India. He came to America to do his MD. That was in Michigan. And so when he saw me, he got attracted to me, so he was moving around with me to different programs. And so we were in the car going for a program. And he said, man, can I ask a question? I said, come on, you're my friend. Ask whatever question you want. And you know what he told me? He said, man, we medical doctors, we don't have the time to chance anything else. I said, what? I said, you think you're the first medical doctor in this movement? So we just, go through his 24 hours. Right there and there. I asked him how many hours he used for sleeping. He told. How many hours for his school? How many hours for your private studies? And at the end of it all, there's a chunk of time that he couldn't account for. He was almost like crying. He said, Maharaj, I'm sorry, I didn't use my time properly. So sometimes people use all these excuses, work, school, and all this type of stuff. And the school is just even the most ridiculous thing because see, I'm the education system. You can't tell me you're too busy to turn system around. Yeah. And so the focus is all depending on the individual, how they prioritize Krishna in their life. For some people, Krishna is not their priority. It's not their top priority. It's like the secondary thing. I hear it. I agree with you. You have a good life. Okay, go ahead. You can always come back. No problem. But you cannot guarantee anything. Yeah. So integration of proper integration rooted in effective time management can facilitate our focus despite our busy schedule. Because examples are there. Yeah. Any other question? Do I address it? Yes. Any other comments or questions? Yes, Mother, yes. Any questions? Yes, any questions? Feel free to ask any questions you want.
Let's see, maybe we have some devotees online. Any devotees online have any questions or comments for Maharaj?
I don't see any hands up.
Okay,
No questions?
no questions.
All right. In the absence of any comments, any other comments or questions, we'd like to adjourn this meeting.
Thank you.
Till Prabhupada gave.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam.
Jai.